Welcome to another episode of Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. I am Sean Farrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. Jesus Christ died and he rose again. With that being said, let's get into it. Well. DeMarcus Lawrence. Mm. Is it me or did DeMarcus Lawrence kind of crap on the Cowboys? Okay. I told y'all I'm trying to cut down on my cursing. Okay, I'm working on my cursing. When he said he wasn't going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas, which is what every player says when they leave Dallas, right? I wasn't going to win a Super Bowl in Dallas. Well, DeMarcus Lawrence, what makes you think you're going to win a Super Bowl in Seattle too? DK Metcalf is gone. Tyler Lockett is gone. Okay. And I don't think Sam Darnold is going to be that much of a difference maker. He did have a good year in Minnesota. I give him that. Sam Darnold have a good year in Minnesota. I will give him that. But you decided, but you went to a Seattle Seahawks team who is rebuilding. You're going to a Seahawks team that is rebuilding. Okay. So what makes you think you're going to win the Super Bowl in Seattle? So it seems like DeMarcus Lawrence and Michael Parsons now have beef, right? Right? Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I do wonder if we play the Seattle Seahawks this year. Okay, I do wonder if we do. We'll probably know that when the schedule when the schedule comes out. I think we do play the Seattle Seahawks this year, but we'll see. So I saw this the other day. I saw this on X the other day. Somebody tweeted out. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, and nobody is talking about it except for Eagle fans, which just made me laugh. This dude said the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl, and nobody is talking about it except Eagle fans. And you remember when Philadelphia won the Super Bowl? All they could talk about was us. All they could talk about was us in Dallas, right? Anyway, I really hate the Philadelphia Eagles. You all really hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay? Cowboy fans who are watching this, y'all really hate the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? And like I said, I was only 4 years old in 1989. I was only 4 years old in 1989 when the Bounty Bowl, Buddy Ryan, he intentionally injured Louis Zanjayas. That was the game after the game with Jimmy Johnson. We're like, oh, I would have said something to Buddy, but he didn't stand on the field long enough. He stuck his big fat rear end into his dressing room. Okay. So yeah, the Bounty Bowl. But I've seen the cheap shots by those Buddy Ryan Eagles to Troy Aikman. Okay, which made me hate the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, but my real intense hatred for the Philadelphia Eagles, it really began when Donovan McNabb came the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay, that's when my hatred of the Philadelphia Eagles really ratcheted up. Okay, because they were always kicking our ass in the early part of the 2000s. Okay, the Eagles were always kicking our asses. Okay, during the early part of the 2000s, and I would watch the games and I would be like, can somebody just cheap shot that arrogant mother? Can somebody please cheap shot? But yeah, that's how much I hated the Philadelphia Eagles and Donovan McNabb. Okay, and then eventually, Roy Williams, he eventually laid the wood on Todd Pinkston. He eventually laid the wood on Dorsey Evans. Okay, but yeah, and so if you all remember the opening game of 2000, okay, where the new staff, Dave Campo, okay, it was like 110 degrees on opening day, and it was scorching. And the Philadelphia Eagles welcomed Dave Campo to the NFL by doing this right here. Check it out.
To cramping and dehydration. Now, the Eagles have also brought along pickle juice. That's right, it's just off the supermarket shelf pickle juice. Now, there's no evidence to support that pickle juice does prevent cramping. The Eagles just say it does. Now, another thing the Eagles did to keep fresh before the game, they took their team off the field 10 minutes early. 10 minutes early off their pregame routine. Hopefully that does keep them fresh. This is something we'll be keeping up with throughout the game. Back to you, Pat and John.
All right, DJ, thank you very much. Over on the Cowboy bench, they've taken all precautions they can possibly take. You can see the fans and the mist and the umbrellas. And
I don't think I've ever seen an umbrella, have you?
No, I haven't. Not at a football game, not down on the field.
It's funny that the Cowboy sideline, their players, their bench is in the sun. Over here on the Eagles sideline, their bench is in the shade.
David Akers is going to kick off for the Eagles, and back deep for Dallas, Jason Tucker and Michael Wiley, the rookie. Akers tries an onside kick to start the season.
Yeah, I saw that thing coming the way that he started. He started over on the right hash mark, and he came all the way across, and he just hit that thing, and the Cowboys were expecting the return, and they all started back.
Damian Douglas.
But you'll see him coming in here, right here, and the way he hits it, and see the Cowboys, they all start running back, and the Eagles get up there. The ball, remember, on an onside kick, the ball has to go at least 10 yards before the kicking team can recover it.
It went 12, and Damian Douglas.
So they welcomed Dave Campo to the NFL by kicking an onside kick and then recovering it. I can only imagine what Joe Avazano was thinking on the other side. I can only imagine what Joe Avazano was thinking. Okay, Joe Avazano had to be blowing steam out of his ears. Okay, so yeah. Not only did they recover the onside kick, they also rushed for 300 yards and blew us out 41-14. Troy Aikman got intercepted a few times. One was ball back for pick six, and he got booed that game too. And he eventually got replaced by Randall Cunningham because Aikman got injured. So not only did Troy Aikman get injured, we also lost Joey Galloway for the season. So he rushed for 300 yards. Aikman's getting booed. He throws a pick six. Joey Galloway gets injured. And I think that was pretty much how the Dave Campo era would go. Okay. Nonetheless, let's fast forward to 2003. Okay. There's a new coaching staff. in town, Bill Parcells, okay? And this just brings me absolute joy. I will never get tired of seeing this, okay? I will never get tired of this. The Cowboys had a guy by the name of Randall Williams, okay? Cowboys had a guy by the name of Randall Williams, okay? And so Philadelphia foolishly thought, the Eagles foolishly thought that we would not be prepared for the onside kick, okay? So I guess they were thinking, the Philadelphia Eagles were thinking the same thing that they thought in 2000. They could pull what they did on Dave Campo, on Bill Parcells. And this is what happened next. Check it out.
Back in Dallas, where the Cowboys have won 3 in a row, the Eagles have won 2 in a row. Dallas and Philadelphia meeting for the 88th time. Warm day here. Humidity 60%. But we've got some sunshine breaking through after some morning cloudiness. And we are set for a big one.
Sam, what do you think? Remember the onside kick a few years ago?
2000, that's how it started. You got to be ready for that. David Akers will kick off for Philadelphia. And the Eagles and Cowboys are underway. And there's the onside try. And it's grabbed by the Cowboys. And heading in is Randall Williams. And he's got a touchdown. The Cowboys were ready. And they turned the tables on the Eagles. Randall Williams taking the onside kick 37 yards for a touchdown. Got to be ready. And they were.
I had a feeling.
And this is something that the Cowboys players have talked about. Bill Parcells getting them ready for different game situations. Billy Cundiff for the extra point. And the Cowboys, 3 seconds into the game, lead it 7-0.
Well, take a look. First of all, I want you to watch where the ball goes. I don't think it quite makes it 10 yards. You see where it comes up and gets it early? That's the difference maker. The Philadelphia Eagles, their cover team didn't know where the ball was, and it hadn't quite gone the 10 yards it would have to go in order for the Eagles to get it. So what happened was Randall Williams just closed in underneath 10 yards and went up and got it.
The only Eagles player who saw the ball was Roderick Hood, but Williams beat him to it.
When the ball hit the turf and went up, see, if the Eagles had touched it inside the 10 yards, it would have been illegal.
That's right. First career touchdown for Randall Williams, the third-year wide receiver out of New Hampshire.
Plus, he's a big guy, too. You know, we saw him practice on Friday. He's about 6'3", 6'4", and the guys that were covering for the Eagles, he just went up right over top of them and got that.
There's Randall Williams. Earlier, you saw John Harbaugh, the special teams coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. A little disappointed, but they tried a surprise play.
I will never get tired of seeing Randall Williams picking that ball up and going into the end zone. I will never get tired of that. Oh, I could watch that over and over and over again and not get tired of it. And not get tired of it. Okay. And when the new staff was brought in, Joe Avezzano was gone. Okay. Joe Avezzano was gone when the new staff came in. And the guy who was our special teams coach was Bruce DeHaven. Okay. Recently passed away. Rest in peace. So our new special teams coordinator was Bruce DeHaven, who had been the special teams coordinator for the Bills throughout the 90s during their Super Bowl runs. Okay. And so, so what made that so enjoyable to watch was just how stupid Andy Reid looked. What made that so enjoyable was how stupid that made Andy Reid look. And you could see by the way he was walking down the sidelines. He was like, man, they just made me look stupid. I will never get tired of seeing that. Ever. Ever, okay? Ever. So, let's fast forward to the 2005 season, okay? It's Monday Night Football. Cowboys had Eagles. Cowboys were trailing 20-7 at one point in the fourth quarter. We come back, make a game out of it, and Donovan McNabb drops back to pass, and what do you know? Here comes Roy Williams. This is what he did next.
2nd and 7. McNabb's going to throw, and it's going to be intercepted by Roy Williams. And Williams is inside the 20, inside the 10, and a touchdown. 45 yards as McNabb on 2nd down and 7 goes to the outside. And Roy Williams, who's been to 2 straight Pro Bowls, shows you why he makes the annual trip to Hawaii.
Donovan's mother just can't believe that, and she doesn't like the interception, but she's worried about her son being down because he got a pretty heavy block laid on him.
So it's injury to insult, and Donovan is going to come hobbling off the field. And how many times do you see that with a quarterback? We saw with Mark Bolger in the Monday night game.
Yes. You talk about someone who was happy that Roy Williams picked that hat off and went to the end zone for the pick 6. And that was right in the middle of all the T.O. Donovan McNabb fighting that was going on. That was in the middle of all of that, okay? And that made that victory so much more sweeter because Donovan McNabb and T.O. were fighting. We come back from a 14-point deficit and 13-point deficit, excuse me. And yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet. Okay. And 2000, the divisional playoff, the 2009 divisional playoff, okay, versus Philadelphia, okay. We had played Philadelphia the last game of the season, 2009 season. It was the 2009 season. We played Philadelphia the last game of the year at home, and we blew them out 24-0. And we blew them out 24-0. Okay, and we won the division. But I also remember thinking at that same time, I'm like, man, I'm a little bit nervous because I remember Terry Bradshaw saying on the Fox postgame show, Terry Bradshaw was like, I don't think Philadelphia showed Dallas everything. And I'm like, man, Terry Bradshaw may have, I think Terry Bradshaw has a point. So Saturday night comes. And I had a watch party, okay? And I can remember one of the Cowboy fans, they ordered some pizza. They ordered some pizza, and they said, they said, I want to see some eagle meat on it, okay? I want to see some eagle meat on that pizza, okay? And so we get off to a good start. I remember Michael Vick threw a touchdown pass to Jeremy Macklin. And then that's about as good as he got for Philadelphia. And from that point on, Dallas just rolled. And DeMarcus Ware had a strip sack of Donovan McNabb. He had a strip sack of Donovan McNabb. And the defense played lights out. Offense played lights out. And Felix Jones. Oh, man. Felix Jones. You talk about rubbing it in someone's face. Felix Jones, that touchdown run by Felix Jones was something else, wasn't it? Oh, that touchdown run by Felix Jones, man. That was something else. That was really something else. We win 34-12 or something like that. 34-12, 34-10, something like that. And that was Romo's first playoff win. That was Wade Phillips' first playoff win as Cowboys head coach. So yeah. What else do I remember? There's a time that Donovan McNabb. I said Donovan McNabb. You remember when? You remember 24-14 when Dez Bryant got into it with Malcolm Jenkins pregame, and then Terrence Williams came over to see what the deal was. Then Dez Bryant went out and went crazy. Okay. So there's that. Kelvin Martin's 85-yard punt return in 1991, which put us in the playoffs and pretty much kicked Philadelphia out of the playoffs. 4th and 1 in Philly. I'm not going to talk about how that. I ain't going to talk about how that. Excuse me. The 1998 season when we went up to Philadelphia and blew them out 34-0 on Philadelphia's home turf. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so I really hate the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? You all really hate the Philadelphia Eagles. And I just wanted to share that one low light at the beginning of the video to show you how much the Cowboys had come under the Bill Parcells era, under the Bill Parcells and new staff, as far as Dave Campo not being prepared for an onside kick. Oh, man. Yeah. And I think that pretty much set the tone for the Dave Campo era, like I said. All right, that's it. And that's all for Classic Dallas Cowboys Talk. How about them Cowboys? Peace out. May God bless you with his many blessings.